Hey guys, this is Jessica Gutierrez with Clean With Me podcast. This is a podcast where I walk you through cleaning your house step by step. So let's clean together. Hey everybody, happy Sunday. So I hope you guys are motivated and ready to clean. If not, that's okay. I'm going to get you motivated. Today's going to be our normal Sunday speed cleaning episode, except I'm going to shake it up a little bit and I'm going to sprinkle in a bunch of my favorite TikTok cleaning hacks in. Some of my favorite cleaning hacks, and some of these I started using regularly. These are all ones that I've actually used or plan on using within the next couple days. So that's something I really enjoy, is looking up like little hacks on my social medias and trying to figure out new quick ways to clean, because we're all trying to find the quickest, easiest ways to clean up, the most effective ways. So hopefully this will help you. I actually had a really successful speed cleaning day yesterday. Not all of my speed cleaning sessions are successful because sometimes they get interrupted or I'm just not like in the groove of things, and but yesterday it went so well. Like, it was one of those times where after you're done, you're like, wow, I just got so much done in like such a short period of time. And I was really proud of myself. So you know what? You just tell yourself you're going to have one of those days today. You're going to have a very successful speed clean. You're going to get so much done in the next 20 minutes. And remember, the hardest part about cleaning is just starting. Starting is the hardest part. A lot of times we psych ourselves out and tell ourselves all the excuses and reasons why we don't have time to clean. But while we're busy making excuses, we could just be doing a quick speed clean. So let's get started. Do whatever motivates you. If it's just listening to the podcast, then you're already there. Maybe you want to throw your hair up in a bun, get ready for the day. If you have kids, maybe you want to get them on an activity, get them busy and occupied, because that's the first step of having a productive, uninterrupted, ideally, speed cleaning is, if you have kids, getting those kids, pets, whatever you have that's a distraction in your life, occupied. And then for me anyway, once I get started, I try not to pick up my phone. Like, I listen to something usually while I clean, but I don't pick up my phone to, sometimes I'll talk to someone while I clean, like on the phone, but as far as like videos, that's a no-go for me, because that makes me lose motivation real quick, for me anyway. So whatever is your like little trigger that gets you off of your cleaning path, just try to avoid that and get ready to clean. So once you're ready, if you're on your way to work or just out the door, you may not have time for this, but if you do and you're just going to be home today and you just needed to do a quick speed cleaning because you have stuff going on at home, or maybe you need to work at home or something, go ahead and start a load of laundry up. Do a laundry switch, as we like to call it, and move the clothes from the washer to the dryer if there are some, or from the dryer to the laundry baskets for you to fold after the episode. And then go ahead and just start a load of laundry. And while you're doing that, I've learned a lot of hacks for dryer sheets. So if you guys have dryer sheets laying around, this one was huge for me because my baseboards need help. And they have, that dust that just won't come off the very top of your baseboards of your house. And I learned that dryer sheets are great for getting up that stuck on dust onto your baseboards. And wow, I'm so going to try this. This is one I haven't tried yet, but I will definitely get back to you guys on the next episode and let you know if it worked, because in the video I watched, it looked so easy. The dust came right up, so I'm going to try that. Also, for dryer sheets, there was one where if you have like stained Tupperware from like pasta or something, they put dryer sheets on the bottom of the Tupperware that you're trying to clean, and then they put dish soap, I believe it was, and then they put hot water on top of it, and that gets up all the stain and everything. So I thought that was cool, because I'm sure we all have that problem where, that the Tupperware gets like stained with pasta or something because plastic Tupperware gets stained so easily. I have mostly glass Tupperware. I don't really like using plastic Tupperware, but I do have a couple, so I'm definitely going to try that too. So once you're done with that, go ahead and move on to the kitchen. Walk into the kitchen and just quickly put all of your dishes away in your dishwasher. Unload your dishwasher or your drying rack if you don't have a dishwasher, and just quickly put everything away so we can knock out those dishes really quick. And I have a hack for cleaning your kitchen sink as well. And if you have a stainless steel sink, this is the best for that because it gets it super, super, super shiny and looking like really, really amazing. But you can use it for any type of sink, really. And I like these hacks because a lot of them are like stuff you have around the house and more natural than like chemicals. Some of them are chemicals, but either way, whatever ones you like and prefer. So to make your sink really shiny while you're putting those dishes away, they use like a cheap paintbrush or something, or pretty much you can use a sponge or whatever, honestly. But they used a paintbrush and they had baking soda and dish soap and just made it into a paste, which is super simple. And then they paint like everything, the faucet, the sink, everything around the sink, and then they let it sit there for a little bit, for a few minutes, and then they scrub it off, and it looked so shiny afterwards. And I've tried baking soda in the sink and I've tried dish soap, but I've never put it in a paste and let it sit, so I'm going to try that on my sink because my sink does look a little dingy right now, and I'll see if that brightens it up. But I have a porcelain sink, and I'm going to try that bleach toilet bowl cleaner. You know how I said I use that Lysol toilet bowl cleaner that has that nozzle that squirts out and it gets like under your rim? I'm going to use that. Apparently that's good for like 1,000 things. So I'm going to use that on my kitchen sink because it's supposed to like really blast any stains off of porcelain. So I'm going to try that in my kitchen sink and I'll let you guys know. So stainless steel, try the baking soda and dish soap paste. And if you have porcelain, try that Lysol toilet bowl cleaner. So if you're not done, no worries. But if you are done putting your dishes away, go ahead and start just pre-rinsing your dishes off. If you're not, that's okay. Just keep putting away. And while you're doing that, I'm going to quickly tell you, this isn't necessarily a cleaning hack, but I always say, light a candle to get yourself in the mood to clean. And I actually do that, and I have old candles like everywhere, like candles that are almost done with like barely any wax in it, because I'm a hoarder apparently. So I saw a hack on how to use those for storage, and I was like, oh my goodness, that's amazing. So I'm going to try this. Basically, it's just a quick way to clean out like your little glass containers that candles come in, which I have a bunch of those. So they put boiling water in a candle with just a tiny bit of wax left in it, and then they used a scraper just to peel off that sticker while the hot water was in it. And then you just wait until the wax rises to the top and the water is cool, and then you scrub it out with a sponge, and it's ready to go and ready to put containers in. And they usually come with like, a little cute lid and everything. So they're just cute little clear storage containers, and you could put like sugar or just really anything in there, sugar, flour, or just knickknacks or whatever you want in them. And I don't know why I never thought of this before, but I was so excited when I saw this one. I was like, I have tons of old candles for no reason, but I knew there was a reason. See, there's a reason for me being a hoarder. So we're not going to have much time to deep clean, but just take note of these things. Maybe write them down if you have a chance. If not, just take a mental note. And next time you're deep cleaning your kitchen, if you have time to deep clean today, then great. I just do our speed cleaning today. But if you have time to do all this, that's awesome. I'm just going to throw out some kitchen hacks while you guys are finishing up the dishes, because you probably are mainly focusing on the dishes today, and that's fine. So I'm just going to be spouting off some kitchen hacks while you guys are finishing up those dishes. So stock up on baking soda because almost everything like involves vinegar or baking soda or dish soap. So those are like the main things when it comes to like natural cleaning hacks. And sometimes I talk about bleach and sometimes I talk about vinegar, but do not mix those things because it'll be like toxic, make some toxic fumes. So use one or the other if you're going to use them. Never together. So if you need to clean out your oven, if every time you start cooking something there's like an awkward smell because there's something burning at the bottom of your oven, guilty. This is a paste that you can make for cleaning your oven. It's half a cup of dish soap, 1/4 of a cup of white vinegar, and 1.5 cups of baking soda. Our typical concoction that is pretty good for cleaning everything, baking soda and dish soap. So they just added some white vinegar. I personally don't really like the smell of vinegar, and I do clean with it sometimes, but it's not my favorite. But when it's with the dish soap, it doesn't smell as bad. Also, in the oven, I really don't care as long as it gets that oven clean because it's hard to get that stuff up. Sometimes it's in the bottom of your oven because it's really baked on. So I really like this one and I will definitely be using this soon. I've used vinegar and dish soap in the past to clean, not together, but to clean the oven. So I'm going to try this concoction and see if it works. Some of these I've tried before, some of these I have not, so I'm excited to try some of these myself that I haven't used in a while, or maybe I haven't used at all. So same type of thing for the stovetop. If you have baked on stuff on your stovetop, especially if you have like an electric stove, it could be used for any type of stove though. I don't. I have a gas stove. So you use Dawn dish soap, baking soda, and hydrogen peroxide. That's supposed to really, really get up those baked on things for your stovetop, and I imagine that would be good for the oven as well because it's pretty much the same thing as the oven concoction. So try that for your stovetop. Dawn dish soap, baking soda, and hydrogen peroxide, and that's supposed to get up that baked on stuff in your kitchen. So if you want to do your dishes this entire episode, that's fine. You keep trucking along on those dishes. I mean, in a normal episode, I usually allow for like almost 20 minutes in the dishes, 15-20 minutes. So if you're not done, that's fine. You keep working on that. That's completely normal. Most of us have more than 13 minutes worth of dishes. So keep working on that. But if you are done, or maybe you didn't have that many dishes, you go ahead and start wiping down. Just put everything away really quickly that does not belong on your countertops and just run and quickly throw that stuff away. And any trash, anything that doesn't belong, put everything in the rooms where it belongs. That's on your tabletop or your countertop that doesn't belong. It needs to go in a different room. You can do that now. And then once you're done putting everything away, just do a really quick, thorough wipe down of the kitchen. Grab your handy dandy Clorox wipes and just be scrubbing really quickly the countertops, underneath appliances, around appliances, behind the sink. Don't forget behind the sink. The walls behind your stovetop, your stove, the back part of your stove, your kitchen table, dining room table. Don't forget the chairs. Quickly wipe off those chairs. If you have a high chair that needs to be wiped off, make sure you're wiping off the legs and the chair part of it, not just the tray. Every once in a while you'll need a good wipe down. If you don't have time right now, that's fine. Just quickly wipe down, the visible surfaces. And then just do a quick scan of the area in your kitchen and just look for any splatters or problem areas and just quickly wipe that down. If your trash is overflowing, go ahead and take out that trash and replace the liner with a new liner. And then after you're done with that, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the living area because we only have 20 minutes here. If you're not done, no worries. You can spend your whole amount of time that I'm giving you in the kitchen. That's perfectly fine. That's the most important thing to do before you get out of the house. You really want to maintain those dishes, but or you can stop me and just rewind and till you finish the kitchen, or if you want to clean with me, or if you are done, go ahead and move with me to the living area and then get those focal points of the room, your couches, make sure you're fluffing those pillows and just fixing your cushions and getting everything out of the outer areas. Same thing as the kitchen, just so it doesn't belong, and put them away where they go. Put the things away in their rightful places. This is just a 20-minute episode, so don't worry about doing under your cushions or anything if you don't have the time. If you do, then you can do that. But if you're speed cleaning along with me, then don't worry about that. Just go ahead and put everything quickly in its place and put everything away where it goes. And then I'll throw out a couple hacks to you while you're doing that. I learned this like lazy hack for cleaning your walls if you're just trying to, if you have like some problem areas that are higher up, or just you just want a lazy way to clean your walls if your walls are real bad, or you're moving out of your house or something and you're just trying to quickly clean up all the walls before you leave. They said to use a teaspoon of powdered Tide, a little bit of bleach, a tiny bit of bleach, and warm water, and a new mop head. And it says not to use too much product. If it's leaving any residue, that means you have too much product and you're not wringing out the mop head well enough. So make sure you wring it out really well and you don't use too much product. And then you just use your new mop head and you put it in the mixture and you scrub your walls with it. And that's a way to get really high up and just clean your walls really well in a lazy way with your mop. And just, some people might not like that, but if you need to quickly, like if you're renting and you need to clean your walls before you move out of your house, that's a good, just quick way to do that. Also, we were talking about baseboards earlier with the dryer sheets, which I think is a great idea. I'm definitely going to try that. Also, I saw on one of these videos they have these blue bristled white long scrub brushes at Dollar Tree, and apparently they're very, very good at cleaning, and they're like hard bristled brushes, and they're real good at like scrubbing hard to reach places. And I saw people using them for, like if you have a screen door or a sliding glass door that goes to your backyard or something, they were using those scrub brushes for in the track of the door where it gets real dirty and funky. They were using just like soapy water and just cleaning in that crack with those scrub brushes. And also they were cleaning their baseboards with those Dollar Tree brushes with just soap and water, which you could do that as well. And while we're on the topic of those areas in your sliding glass of the track, like on your doors or a sliding glass door or just doorways, I also saw somebody take a sponge and then they marked with a pin where the grooves and dips are in, the track for the door, and they cut with a knife. They marked it with a pin first and then they cut the sponge with a knife so that it gets into those cracks, and then they scrubbed it with soap and water. So that's another way you can do that. But since we're running out of time, just quickly straighten up your living areas, and then let's go ahead and move on to the bathrooms. If you're still doing your living areas, that's okay. You could pause me or rewind me, but I'm going to go ahead and move to the bathroom. So as you go to the bathroom, go ahead and get all your dirty clothes and just quickly put those in your laundry area. And then just pick up anything that doesn't belong in your bathroom, clear your countertops, put everything in the drawers that needs to go in the drawers. If there's any makeup, face cleaner, face wash, straighteners, anything like that, go ahead and put that away, makeup, etc. And just be cleaning your bathroom, and I'll give you a couple bathroom hacks while you're doing that. I mentioned that Lysol toilet bowl cleaner for your kitchen sink if you have a porcelain sink. That is great for cleaning your bathtub also, and I've done this before whenever I don't have Ajax, and it actually does clean a lot better and gets up everything a lot better. So if you have a kind of like you haven't cleaned your bathtub in a while, or you just have like spots in your tub that won't come up with anything else, try that toilet bowl cleaner. It's very concentrated and just get any of the problem areas and just try to get as thoroughly as possible, squirt it all over the bathtub and let it sit there for a while, and then really just scrub it out with a sponge or a scrub brush, and it gets your bathtub so clean. I guess it's like more concentrated bleach or something, but it's really great just for everything. So if you have that toilet bowl bleach on hand, go ahead and try that. If not, you should probably pick some up because it's really good for getting that porcelain really nice and clean. Also, I don't know if this is true for most toilet seats, but I saw that some actually, the top part of the seat, the lid, actually unclips, so you can unclip it and wash underneath there. But not all seats do that. Some of them screw on, but maybe check and see if your toilet bowl lid unclips so you can get those hard to reach places. But also, I've seen people unscrew them because it is kind of hard to get everything in that awkward spot where the lid screws onto the actual toilet bowl. So sometimes people just unscrew them really quick. If you're doing a deep clean, it might be good to do every once in a while and just get underneath there and just really thoroughly clean that. And then real quick, before we go, we were actually out of time, but I also saw somebody put white vinegar, in a Ziploc bag, and then they secure the Ziploc bag around their shower heads and whatnot, because I guess it's really good on getting hard water off of those shower heads, and they just let it really sit on there and then scrub it clean. So that's a good idea. Apparently vinegar is good for getting off hard water, so if you have any issues with that in your shower, vinegar. Remember, don't mix vinegar and bleach though. Okay, thank you guys so much for listening. I really appreciate your support. I appreciate you cleaning with me. I hope you got some good stuff done. I hope you had a productive cleaning session. And if you haven't followed me on Facebook or Instagram, it's at Clean With Me Podcast on Facebook and Instagram. And if you haven't followed my art page, it's at Jessica's Custom Work on Facebook and Instagram as well. And if you want to support me financially, support the podcast on Patreon, I will put the link in the description. And as always, happy cleaning. Thank you.